Hey everyone, week 49, currently on 12.5 milligram of Mounjaro. I've been eating healthily, exercising as planned, but lately, going round in my head, I've been asking myself the same thing. Have I become too dependent on what that scale says? Stay tuned. Welcome everyone to week 49 of my life's transformation. As I get closer to that 1 year mark, the differences how I feel in myself mentally and physically are completely out of this world. Last week I set myself a target that I wanted to start building up my strength and stamina and start doing some jogging on the treadmill I have at home. I'm ready for a fun run in July, and my initial plan was to do three sessions a week. And I have done that. I've actually exceeded it and done 4 as opposed to the 3, ranging from 15 to 22 minutes. Not overly long sessions, but got to remember I'm still starting out. And 49 weeks ago, weighing in at 31 stone and 441 pounds, whatever it was back then, I would never even have thought about stepping on a treadmill to walk, let alone doing any running. So we're going to build that up slowly over the next couple of months, ready for that fun run, making sure that I can complete that. And it is only a 1K run, but I want to jog it. That is my goal. And there have been days this week where I have been sitting on the sofa going, Stephen, you just need to go and get changed. Push yourself through this. And my knees have been hurting, but I knew that actually if I didn't do it, then I'd miss the next day and I'd get into that routine of not doing things. So I forced myself to get up there, and although the speeds haven't been quick and my watch has played up a couple of times, recording my 22-minute, 23-minute sessions as only moving, I think it was like 0.24 kilometres, which it definitely wasn't. The GPS thing was completely messed up. I pushed through it, and I've actually jogged more this week than what my records have ever shown throughout this entire year. So, yeah, I mean, that's a real non-scale victory for me right there. But the problem there lies is the scales, and this is the thing that I've been struggling with this week. Last week I weighed in at this weight, 265.4 or whatever it was, and the scale for the first few days, couple of days after that, was going down, and then it goes up, and that is the most demoralising thing anyone on a weight loss journey can have. Now, normally for me, I do get a curve starting to form where I do probably put a couple of pounds on over the weekend, and then they come off by the time Tuesday, Wednesday hits. But I wasn't seeing the progress I thought I should be. You know, I've been eating clean. I've been having my 3 meals a day. I've been hitting my calories of about 500 calories in deficit, so I'm still hitting between the 1900 and 2000 calorie mark, and yet all I could see was the scales going up and being heavier than what I was last week. Now I know I'm going to have gains in this process, and I've had 2 gains and I've had 1 maintain. But I was doing really well this week. Last weekend being Easter weekend, I had no chocolate, and I've got 3 Easter eggs sitting on the side which I haven't even opened. I've made sure my protein's over 100 grams, and for the life of me I couldn't work out what was going on. And it's not going to be the building of muscle, because I've only been doing 3-4 exercises this week on the treadmill as opposed to anything else. It might be, but I haven't had the bowel movements that I've normally had either. And so constipation, we know, is one of the side effects of these medications, of which I'm on 12.5 of Mounjaro. So I'm putting it down to that. So we'll have to wait and see to look at what the scales are saying. But ultimately, am I becoming too reliant on the scales? I like weighing every day. I like to get that daily record. But then it shapes my mindset of, right, you've put £3 on, Stephen. Let's restrict what you're going to do today. And that's not the healthy way to be. And then I find myself pushing myself through that mindset of going, no, you need to make sure you're hitting 1900 calories. Because ultimately, if I want to come off this medication, if I need to be as close to normal as possible, what would I normally eat if I don't have it? So, yeah, it's been really tricky. But the one thing is, yes, I've been going up on the scales, but I'm having clothes fit that I've had in the cupboard for 2, 3, 4 years that are now too big, that didn't fit before. I'm one of those people that if I find something I like, I will go and buy it in that size. And for me, it's a coat. Now, back in September, this coat didn't fit at all. It was too small, 4XL. And then it got to November and I bought a 3XL, and that was too big. And I've gone and bought exactly the same coat in a 2XL and an XL. So I have 4 coats, all the same, just in different sizes. And they're all in my wardrobe, bar the one that I'm wearing at the moment, which is the 2XL. And that's only a couple of weeks away until I go into the XL, because the XL I can get on and zip up. It's probably just a bit too snug for me and how I see myself at the moment. But it fits. And that's unbelievable in terms of clothes fitting. I bought 2 new suits and I've ordered a size that I thought I was, and they turned up and the suit jackets are too big. I need to get into the process of not seeing myself as being the person I was in November, the person that I was back in September, in July last year, because I'm not that person. And that's some of the tricky things to get your head around. Seeing yourself in a whole different way. Going past a mirror and going, you're not the fat guy that you were. And I have to keep pulling pictures up like these. I was going through my phone earlier this week, and these are a couple of pictures that I had. One during the black and white ones during COVID. No, they're both during COVID, during lockdown, where I was having to do remote teaching. I was timetabled in to be in school that day, and the other one was taken whilst we were forced to stay at home. And I look absolutely awful in both. Like, absolutely awful. You don't see it yourself, though, at the time. And I think that's the big issue. We don't see things until it's too late. And that's where I was back in May last year, when I took the decision to start taking Mounjaro. That one on the right, clean shaven, a big round face. I couldn't get off the sofa. My knees were absolutely shot by then. You used to have to rock to get yourself off. You know, a bit of momentum to get going. In the other one, the colour picture, I was miserable. I would just stay on my chair at work and not do any movement at all. And now I'm making sure I hit that 10,000 steps a day. And I'm on the treadmill 3-4 times a week this week, which means in the last 2 weeks, I've done 8 pieces of exercise in terms of jogging, walking, a mixture of. And this is something I wouldn't have done a year ago. And these are the things that we need to come out and actually celebrate for ourselves and go, you know what, I am absolutely changing the way I see myself. Last weekend, I went out and met some friends over the Easter bank holiday weekend, and that was an amazing time. I wasn't struggling walking from the car park to the pub that we were going to. I didn't want alcohol, and so I was having coffee and soft drinks. which a year ago I would have had 2, 3, 4 pints and not driven. And so the person who I am is absolutely changing to this new, healthier, more positive me. I just need to try and get my mindset into the right stage of looking at myself in a new light, making sure I'm ordering clothes that are, instead of being 6, 7 XL, XL and 2XL now. I have a brother who, younger brother, who has always been the active one. Always been the active one. Going out, gym, running around, parkour, whatever he was doing at the time. And he always said, I'm never getting fat like you. And that's fair. Yeah, I have always been the fat kid. My older brother and myself, we've always been comparable. And I've always been, sort of, as the middle child, probably the middleweight between us up until 2019, beginning of COVID, 2020, when I absolutely ballooned and overtook, and I was 8, 9 stone heavier than my older brother. But now I am in a position where my younger brother's clothes are getting too big for me. And I'm the smallest out of the 3 of us, and that has never happened. Never happened in our entire life where I am the smallest out of the 3. And I'm looking at them and going, that's what I used to be like. And I was worse than that. I'm thinking, how can they do it? The energy I have now is absolutely immense, and I want to go out and do things. Cutting the lawns are no issues for me now, walking around actively cutting my mother's lawn. I wouldn't have done that a year ago. I wouldn't have done that 6 months ago. And these are those victories that we need to do. So last week, I wanted to make sure I lost a pound to get into that next stone bracket, that 18 stone bracket, which is something I haven't done for 18 years. 17 years since I was 18. I'm 35 now, 36 this year. And what did the scale say? 18 stone, 12 pounds. That's 2 pounds off this week. Despite going up to 3 pounds, I managed in this morning to come back down to meet that target. And I'm absolutely over the moon. I know the scale's nothing because my clothes are fitting better. I'm having to send a load of goods off to the charity shop. But absolutely, I'm feeling over the moon. Over the moon in terms of where I am. And it's not going to end there. I'm going to reach for the stars. And for this next week, I want another 2-3 pounds off. I want to keep going for it. My total so far, in terms of where I'm at, is that I have now lost, in total from my heaviest, 12 stone 9 pounds. That's 177 pounds from my heaviest. It's unbelievable that A, I let myself get to that weight, and B, that has come off. That I'm able to start living my life and enjoying myself more and more. Now, by my 1 year anniversary of being on Mounjaro, I've set myself a target that I really, really would like to be at 256. Now, that is an adventurous, aspirational target, which means I need to lose 8 pounds in 3 weeks. It's possible. Chances are I'm probably going to hit the 260 mark. Which will be £4. Is it 6 pounds in 3 weeks? £4 in 3 weeks. And again, I keep coming back to, am I too reliant on the scales? Yes, I am. But it's the motivation we need, isn't it? It's seeing those clothes are fitting. That for me is definitely a non-scale victory, that I'm having to buy smaller clothes, even though it's absolutely extortionate. But I want to see that number come down. I want to be 250, just under 249 would be an ideal number to hit by my birthday. So that's what I'm going to head for next week. I'm going to keep up the stamina exercising and try and build my stamina up on the treadmill, jogging a little bit more, trying to increase my 1k pace on there. So with another three sessions at least running on the treadmill, jogging on the treadmill. It's going to be a stressful week this week in terms of things going on. I'm busy Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, directing a school show for a couple of nights with the school's trust CEO coming along, and we've got a big school visit happening in terms of a trust review where they'll look at how we were running at things as departments, and very much like an Ofsted style inspection. But I'm not going to let that get in the way. I'm going to focus on me and push through those hard times. Well, if you made it through to this point, thank you very much for watching. Hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for week 50 next week, because it's, fingers crossed, it's going to be another good week. Thanks very much.